Hello everyone, my name is Yogesh Bhandari and today I'm here to discuss about futures and options under Income Tax Act. Why I've thought of discussing about this particular income is because I'm coming across a lot of file which contains income or losses from this particular area, that is futures and options. And I'm sure that a lot of people want to understand this area. So without taking much of your time, directly jumping into the topic, futures and option is normally considered as income or gains from the head business or profession only. It is not considered as capital gain. It is not considered as any other source of income, but only business and profession income. And under business and profession income, also this is considered as a non-speculative business. This is not considered as speculative business like what we do in case of intraday transactions. In case of FNO, this particular income or loss will be considered as non-speculative business like what we consider business of any other normal business. Now jump into tax audit applicability under section 44AB. 44AB says that if the turnover of a particular business exceeds 1 crore, then tax audit is applicable. However, if the cash receipt or cash payment does not exceed more than 5% of the total receipt or total payment. By saying total receipt, total payment, the full business total receipt, full business total payment. So if the total cash receipt or cash payment does not exceed 5% of the total receipt or total payment, then the threshold limit of tax audit becomes 10 crores. And at the flip side, it is important to note that in case of FNO, like 100% of the transaction is done through banking channel only. So one can conclude that when we talk about FNO, one can always say that the threshold limit for tax audit should be 10 crore because because the condition says that more than 95% of the transaction should be done through banking channel. And in case of FNO, almost 100% of the transaction is done through banking channel. So one can conclude that for the purpose of calculating threshold limit under section 44AB, it should be 10 crores. So if the turnover of a business from FNO, futures and option, exceeds 10 crore, then tax audit should be done. Okay. Now, when we are talking a lot about turnover, how to calculate turnover for FNO? Give you idea about this particular area, there isn't any kind of guidance or computation been given by Income Tax Act. However, there is a guidance note issued by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. I'll take you directly to that guidance note. It says that this is basically for derivatives, futures, and options. It says that turnover in such type of transactions to be determined as follows. The total of favorable, unfavorable differences shall be taken as turnover. So when we say about favorable, unfavorable differences, it is talking about profit and loss. So we have to consider profit and loss in absolute term and then derive the total. It is also asking us to include the premium received on the sale of option is also to be included. And lastly, it says that in respect of any reverse trade entered, the difference thereon should also form part of turnover. Now we have tried to understand, we have learned what all things to be added in order to determine the turnover of FNO transactions. Now let us calculate with some exercises that I've drawn. Number one is this. We have 5 trades done for different stocks, and these are the FNO. I have call in case of Tata Motors. I have futures in case of HDFC. In case of Nifty, there's a put buy. In case of call, in case of Bank Nifty, there's a call buy, and Reliance we have futures. And there are certain premiums received in case of Nifty put. This is the buy amount. This is the sell amount. This is the actual profit and loss. And so in this case, we have a loss of profit of approximately 5,49,000. Now let us just calculate turnover as given in the guidance by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. They are asking us to add up all the favorable and unfavorable, and to bring this value in absolute figure. There's a formula of ABS bracket open. So we have got a positive figure, and I will paste this till the end. So now we know that our turnover, as per the guidance notes for futures and options, is 6,01,977. Okay, we will also do one more calculation in this exercise only. Second exercise, we have 5 trades. We have buy value, sell value, and this is the realized profit and loss of approximately 95 lakhs. Let us just calculate in the same way that we are being instructed for. So here we have approximately 3 crores 15 lakhs turnover. This, as per section 44 AB, the turnover limit is 1 crore. However, in FNO, since all the transactions are done through banking channel only, this limit will be 10 crores. So therefore, tax audit will not be applicable. Okay. Now, it is also important to discuss one more provision, that is tax audit applicability under section 4484. So before understanding 4484, let us try to talk about 44AD subsection 1. Before going into the provision, let me just explain you certain terms. One is eligible SSE. So who are eligible SSE? Individual HF and partnership firm. Only these three. And there are eligible business. What is eligible business? Eligible business is all the business other than the business where income has been generated through commission, where income has been generated through brokerages, or anybody who is doing any agency business. And lastly, somebody who is into the business of leasing, plying, hiring any vehicle. Okay, if these type of business is there, excluded from the eligible business, all those business will be considered as eligible business. So eligible SSC who is running eligible business and they have a turnover of less than 2 crores, they can opt for presumptive taxation under section 4481 and show their profit as 6% in case of banking income and 8% in case of non-banking income, that is either cash or other mode. So I'll consider 6% relevant for our case because we are talking about FNO. So 6% is applicable, and this turnover of 2 crores is applicable for financial year 22-23. The same has been increased to 3 crores for the next financial year, that is 23-24. Okay, so this is the presumptive scheme. So if anybody has opted for section 4481, that is they have decided to show their profit at 6% only, then they have to follow this particular presumptive for the next 5 years. If in case they are deciding to opt out of this presumptive scheme in any of the financial year because of any reason that they have, then they need to get their books audited under section 4484. In case you fall under the eligible SSC domain and you have losses in first year, you don't need to opt for section 4481. You can simply show your losses if your income is below 10 crores for say, like in this particular case, it is 2 crores. So if your income is below 2 crores and you are having losses, you can simply show your losses and close your books. But in case if your income is below 2 crores and you have profit of more than 6%, you can opt for this. But in that case, you need to remain in this particular presumptive scheme for the next 5 years. If in any of the year you intend to opt out, then you need to get your books audited under section 4484. I believe whatever we have discussed till now is clear, and just to give you a summary of whatever we have discussed till now. Futures and option income is considered as income or gains from business or profession head only. And under the business also, it is considered as a non-speculative business and not a speculative business. Section 44AB is a tax audit applicability clause, which says that if your turnover exceeds 10 crore, in case of non-banking channel, then audit will be applicable. Since we are talking about FNO, where 100% of the transaction is done through banking channel, therefore the tax audit applicability threshold limit is going to be 10 crores. And in case of section 4480, that is presumptive schemes, where your turnover exceeds 2 crores, is within 2 crores and you are falling into the eligible SSC area, then you can opt in for 4480 if your profit is more than 6%. Okay. Now I would like to end my presentation by saying thank you. I believe that whatever I've discussed till now, it was of value addition to you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in next video.